So guys, yes, this is a very special live today in which I am going to talk with Miss Deborah, who is already settled in UK, and she already is helping so many students, so many people to settle down in UK, work in UK. She's preparing people for the interviews in UK and all the process work, whatever it is required. She helps people about that, and I am really very much interested to know everything about the UK, and you won't believe I have prepared list of questions to ask her, and I'm going to ask her all the things starting from how to go to UK, and what are the expenses, then average salary, how to approach for the interview, and everything. Basically, that is the reason that I have kept title of this live as A to Z about physiotherapy in UK. Hi, what's up?
Hi, hello.
Thank you so much for joining, Deborah, and welcome to the Instagram Live with Physiotrendz.
Thank you.
Yes, so before you
Okay.
joined, we have
Yeah.
asked them to give some questions, but nobody has given. No worries, I have list of questions ready, and I am going to ask you so many questions today, so I hope you will not get annoyed.
Okay, let's see.
All right.
All right.
So, Deborah, how are you? How have you been? I think what time is it there?
It's 10 a.m.
Oh wow.
Sunday morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how are you doing? So you did not have to wake up early because of us, right?
No, I did not. Just had breakfast, thanks. And here
All
I
right.
am, ready to go.
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice. Okay.
Okay.
So Deborah, you are already in UK, and there are so many students who are very much interested to go to UK, and most of them have a very simple question. First question, what they have is what is the checklist they should make if they are interested to go to UK? So what do you think? What a checklist should include in that?
Okay. So, well, I'm gonna say there's like two types of checklists. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One is the necessary paperwork that you need. All right.
Okay.
So you would definitely need something known as HCPC. Okay. And
Right.
that is your license for physios
Mm-hmm.
to work in the UK. Without
Okay.
that, you basically cannot work in the UK. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, that license particularly is quite a long process, and you need documents for that. So you need
Okay.
your syllabus, there's something known as a course information form, you need your
Mm-hmm.
mark sheets, you need your internship completion certificates, you need your transcripts, you need 2 letters of recommendation. Okay, so these
Okay.
are the main checklists. The other things that you need would be like your passport, proof of address, proof of identity, and things like that. And sorry, I'm going to add a third thing to that checklist,
Okay.
is experience.
Okay.
Okay. Now, although we work, so when we study in India, we do have like some experience because we constantly see patients, during the first year, second year, third year, fourth year. But what they want also is postgraduate experience. So you
Mm-hmm.
can't go as a fresher immediately and apply for HCPC or work in the UK.
Okay.
Okay. You need some experience, and that will reflect on your HCPC application. So
Mm-hmm.
that's the checklist.
All right. I get it. So this is about people who wants to directly come over there for working. But what if
Yeah.
somebody is interested to come and take their master's degree or something like that? So for that also same checklist we require, or something it will be a little bit different.
So the checklist is similar, but I'm going to say you don't require a lot of experience. But then again, that depends on the university that you're applying to. Okay.
Okay.
So each university has a separate criteria. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And some of them have recently changed their criteria. So initially you did not require any experience. Now you require 1 year or 2 years experience. Okay. For
Okay.
university, yes. So for universities in particular, you also need your IELTS. So you would need your academic IELTS. When it
Okay.
comes to, sorry, just going back, when it comes to the HCPC, you can answer the UKVI IELTS. This is
Okay,
something
and
that's
what
very
is
new.
that like? Because yeah, because this question also I am asked so many times that for
Yes.
HCPC registration, should we go for general IELTS or academic IELTS?
Yeah.
So it's none of them.
No, it's none of that. Okay.
Oh
So
wow,
there's
okay.
something known as, yeah. So it's
Uh-huh.
UK visas and immigration, IELTS. So it's either that or
Mm-hmm.
the other way to get at CPC without IELTS is you need a certificate of medium of instruction from your college or university stating that your course was conducted in English. Okay?
Okay,
Yes. So if you have that, that is fine. However, when you come to the UK, they do something known as NARIC. Okay?
okay,
And NARIC is another checklist that the hiring company will do for you to check whether you really did it, whether your course was really done in English or not. Okay? So that's the thing. So if you answer UK via IELTS, nothing to worry about. It's a straightforward process. But
okay,
if you get the certificate from the university, then you need to do NARIC.
okay.
That's the way it
And for
goes.
NARIC, like any other certification is required, or you just simply submit your college certification and they will just review it and they will give you the certification.
So the thing is, NARIC is another individual body itself. So they
Mm-hmm.
contact the university directly and they ask for your paperwork. So you don't have to do a lot. They just sort it out for you.
Oh, that's nice. So
Yeah.
we just have to go there and submit our document, then rest of the things they will take care of.
Yeah, they take care of
Oh,
it.
that's really cool.
Yeah.
So my next question is, Deborah, that if anyone is looking to make a career in the UK, what should be, okay, that also already I asked you, I'm sorry. What
Okay.
will be the average expense for doing all this process? Like either it is for studying purpose or let's say for the direct working purpose. What will be the average expenses?
Okay. So they are completely different. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to do your master's or study, just remember that in general, all prices for university courses are increasing. They always increase over the years. Okay. And they
Okay.
always charge international students a bomb, basically. So I'm going to say the starting price would be £13,000. So that's 13 Indian lakh rupees.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice.
So it starts there and it can go up to 20, 22 lakhs. All right, it
All right.
varies. Okay, so that's just the tuition fees. Now, once let's say you've gotten accepted, all right, according to UK, an average month, for an average month, you need to have £1,093. So that's 1 lakh per month.
Okay.
So those are the average living expenses.
All right. And
Okay.
do we get some like part-time work when you're studying or okay.
Yeah. So you are allowed to work 20 hours per week part-time,
Mm-hmm.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
But if you work in a healthcare setting part-time, those hours now can be increased because of COVID. So initially they
Okay.
were really strict. Yeah, it's only 20 hours per week, but now it's they increase it just a little depending on where you're working because many students they work either in the university itself, so they can work as a research assistant, they can work as just helping out in the university. Then you have other
Mm-hmm.
students, they work at McDonald's, they work for other little things like that. So if you work in those places, you are stuck with 20 hours per week. But
All right.
if you work in a healthcare setting, it's a little more.
Okay. So just follow through question for this. I got it
Yes.
from one of the student that
Yeah.
which course to select if you want to go for study, whether it is MSK or advanced physiotherapy. I think this question you also will be getting a lot.
Yes. Yes. This is the
Okay.
frequently asked question. Okay.
Huh.
So first thing that I want to tell you guys is it doesn't matter what you've studied. Okay.
Okay.
For one. And it doesn't matter which university you studied in. I know that back home in India, we're like, oh, we need to study in this university. It's a good university. But it doesn't matter where you studied because when you go for your job interview, no one looks at your university. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They basically want to know how you are during the interview. So my
Okay.
advice to you would be that when you want to select a university, each university has different subjects, or we call them modules, and they keep changing from university to university. So depending on what modules you are interested in. So don't do something just because someone else has done it. Okay? Make sure that you are interested in it. Do it.
Right.
Put your heart and soul into it, and that will be fine. Okay? So again, when it comes to choosing MSK or MSc Advanced, the title of the course does not matter. What matters is what is taught inside the course. So that really helps, and that varies from university to university all over the UK. It's not like India where, okay, you'll have these subjects. No, they keep changing, and they change every year as well.
Okay, so it's not
Yeah.
like that your senior has gone over there, you do the same thing. You can never do like that, right?
Yeah, no, it keeps changing. So that's what it is.
Okay. And suppose like this is about like we're talking about that you're going for studying purpose. And let's suppose now you're directly going for a working purpose. So what should be the expenses for the process of HCPC as well as like finding job, and then when you start a job, what do you think should be like minimum expenses for that kind of process?
Okay. So first of all, if you're directly coming for a job, you need to start applying for your HCPC first, which is around £500. So that's 50,000 rupees initially. Okay. Then to complete the registration process is another 180 to £200. So that's another 20,000. So for HCPC alone, it's a good 70,000 rupees. Okay.
Okay.
Then you have the visa expenses. Again, visa expenses keep changing. So I'm going to say around, I think it was 10,000 rupees initially. Okay.
Okay.
So you have the visa expenses. Okay. And then you finally have your flight ticket. And again,
Right.
flight tickets keep going up and down.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Okay.
So those are the main expenses. And then I'm going to say for your first month in the UK until you get your first salary, okay, I'm going to say have a backup of at least 2 lakhs.
Right. Right. So basically, yes, that's what you're saying. Like minimum expense for 1 month will be 900 to 1,000 pounds. That is for
Yes.
sure. So that much
Yes.
amount you should have. And like, how can we be so sure that will we get a job within a month, or it can take longer time also?
Okay, so here's the thing. You will not be able to enter the UK unless you have a job already.
Okay.
Okay?
All
So
right.
start applying. So what you would have to do is start applying for jobs while you are in India, basically, or any other country, or Pakistan or UAE, wherever you are. Start applying for jobs that time. You will have your interview online, okay? And that's fine. If they like you and they select you, okay, then they'll offer you the job and they will sponsor your visa. You cannot come into
Okay.
the UK if you don't have a sponsor. Okay,
Okay.
so your workplace would be your sponsor. Once you have your sponsor letter, all right, then you can enter the UK. So you get a work permit to enter the UK. So
Okay.
please do not hop on a flight and come to the UK. You will
Right.
have to apply for jobs whilst
Okay.
you're in India.
Okay.
So
And
that's what it is.
again, follow through question to this. Like, Deborah, like, just tell me that, for example, if somebody is there with 2 years of experience after BPT, and somebody is there with 2 years of experience after MPT. So for there will be equal job opportunities for both the candidates, or that varies with your master's degree or bachelor's degree also.
Okay, so the job opportunity is equal. It doesn't matter whether you have a master's or not. Okay,
Okay.
absolutely does not matter. So that's the
Right.
thing once again. It depends how you present yourself during an interview, how you answer during an interview. That's what matters the most. So having a master's does not mean that you will get a higher paying job. Absolutely not. It depends on experience. That's why people keep asking me, oh, should I come to the UK? And I'm like, no, get your experience first and then come to the UK. Um,
Right.
yeah, I had a person who had 3 degrees, okay?
Okay.
And they were so frustrated and they were like, oh, I have 3 degrees. Why am I not getting a job? And they were like, I have classmates who have only 1 degree and they are getting jobs. And I'm like, it doesn't matter how many degrees you
Right.
have.
Right,
Yeah,
right, right. It always
yeah,
matters like how much skillful you are, and then only you will
correct.
get. But
Yeah,
experience matters, right? You should have
yes,
experience. Yes.
definitely, definitely. So
And
what
what
I
is the
suggest,
minimum? Yes, minimum
yes,
experience.
I would say at least a year, at
Okay.
least a year. Yeah, okay. Because so what I tell people is, so remember that the HCPC application process takes a long time. It can take anywhere between 6 to 8 months. Mine took 6 months
Right.
alone. Okay.
Okay.
So during that time, I'm going to say start applying for jobs, no problem, because
Mm-hmm.
you'll get that experience, no doubt, but you would have already started your HCPC application. So
Right.
that's my advice to you guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think once you start working, at least for 3 months, you should start with the HCPC process, and then you can, get along with the interview processing, and by
Yes.
the time you can get the job and get to the
Yeah.
UK. That
Yeah.
completely makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, so my next question is like, uh, yeah. So how job interviews are conducted for physios, and what grade physios can start working? Because like I think in UK we have that grading system, right? Like grade one, two,
Yes.
three, four, five, six, 7. So if somebody like again same scenario with 2 years of experience from India or some other country comes to UK, what will be the like interview scenario for them, and with what grade they can start working?
Okay. So I'll just go through the grades first. We
Mm-hmm.
have they're called bands. So we have band 5, that's a junior physio, so recent graduate and things like that. Band 6 is a senior physio. Band
Okay.
7 is a clinical specialist physio. That means you can specialize in anything you like, but you
Okay.
also have some managerial responsibilities. And then you have
Okay.
a band 8. Band 8 is like they are managers, 70% of their job role is managing people, and 30%
Mm-hmm.
is like seeing patients.
Okay.
Okay, so those are the bands. Now, if you are a recent graduate or have 0 to 3 years of experience, I would say
Mm-hmm.
apply as a band 5. Okay,
Okay.
anything more than 3 years, apply for band 6 jobs. Not a problem at
Okay.
all. Okay. Now, the interview process. So, the first thing that you need to do is make an account on NHS
Mm-hmm.
jobs or track jobs. So, there are different websites where you can just make accounts, and they're all
Okay.
legitimate. So, nothing to worry about. So, you need to make an account and just scroll through for jobs. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Submit your application. Now, remember that for one job, there's like 50, 60 people applying for that one job. Okay.
Right.
And your application needs to be good enough so that they select you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the way they select you is something known as they have a job description and person specification document that's always on that job advert.
Okay.
You need to meet that criteria. If
All
you
right.
meet that criteria, yes. Okay. So each criteria is given a score. And if you meet the criteria and you get a high score, then your application is selected for an interview. Okay.
Okay.
Then you have the interview processes. Now, again,
Mm-hmm.
there's different styles of interviewing people.
Mm-hmm.
You can either have a one-to-one interview, you can either have a group interview, okay, or they can give you a topic to present, and you need to just talk about it, and they grade you based on that and ask you additional questions. Okay.
Okay.
Now, all of this is marked, so that means you get a score. Okay,
Okay.
you get a score from 0 to 3 or 0 to 5, depending on which hospital it is.
Okay.
Okay, so it's basically like an exam. If you score
Got
well,
it.
if you
Mm-hmm.
get the highest marks, you get the job. As simple as
Okay.
that. Yeah.
All right. But no, it looks simple, but I don't think it's at all simple, right?
No, no, it's not at all
Mm-hmm.
simple because you need to give them what they are looking for, basically.
Right. And after like suppose that if you have scored highest, and after that, is there any like conformity, like you have to give 2 years of or 3 years of bonds that you will be working with them for this many amount of months or years? Is it anything is like that?
So the contract, it's not specific to a bond. In
Okay.
fact, so you can leave anytime, okay?
Okay.
Unless you're working for a private company. So those private companies are a little different, okay? But
Mm-hmm.
your contract depends on your visa.
Okay.
So when they sponsor your visa, normally it's for 3 years, okay?
Okay.
So you can work for them for 3 years, okay?
Okay.
But let's say if you leave the job in 1 year, that's
Mm-hmm.
absolutely fine. Because when you go to your new job, they will again sponsor your visa, and then that visa will be again maybe of 3 years.
Okay.
So you don't have to stay there, well, depending whether it's a private company or not. But the
Okay.
NHS, so that's the government services,
Mm-hmm.
there's no bond. There's no bond.
And what will be the difference between like interview process in NHS and the private companies? And can you
So,
please also brief us about like NHS, like what is NHS and how it works?
okay, all right. So first of all, the interview process, there's no major difference. The questions are the same. I mean, they are either clinical or managerial. So
Mm-hmm.
the interviews are not different. They're the same. Okay.
Okay.
And when it comes to the difference between NHS and private, so NHS is National Health Services run by the government. And
Mm-hmm.
this is what is important, that the pay scale, all right, by the NHS is the same all over the UK.
Okay.
Okay. Whereas private companies, because they are independent companies, they
Mm-hmm.
change their pay scale and it is always less compared to the NHS. So private
Okay.
companies will pay you less as
Mm-hmm.
compared to the NHS. That's the main
Okay.
difference.
And what will be here like average salary of a physio if they join at band 5, you said, right? Starting will be band 5. So what will be the average salary of a physio?
So for a band five, the starting is 25 lakhs per year, so 25,000 pounds, 25
Okay.
lakhs per year, and that increases bit by bit every year.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
so
so basically, I think surviving will not be an issue because 1,000 pound you have to uh, have for your monthly expenses and
yes,
rest. Yeah, okay,
yes.
fine. So
So
that I think, yeah,
yeah,
tell
so I'm
me
going to say
please.
surviving is fine, but this is one thing that I want to tell all of you, even if you're not a physio, that you need to have an emergency fund. Okay,
Okay.
God forbid something happens. Maybe something happens at home and you need to fly back. If you don't have the money to fly back, you get stuck. Okay. So you have to
Right.
have an emergency fund for all purposes whatsoever. You can't rely on a salary. Please do not rely on a salary. Make sure you save. Yeah.
And okay, just one curiosity. Like, do
Yeah,
we
go on.
have just like how in India we have like home visits and everything for the extra this thing income and everything? Can we do that in UK as well, or it's like not allowed?
So, okay, so you cannot set up your own practice and go for
Okay.
home visits. Okay, do
All right.
not do that on a visa. There's something known as NHSP, so it's called NHS professionals. So
Okay.
so even if you're working like for a hospital, okay,
Mm-hmm.
legally working for a hospital, you
Mm-hmm.
can sign up to NHSP and they have different shifts, okay?
Okay.
So you can pick up those shifts. You can work on weekends. Oh, yes. So we work only Monday to Friday. Saturdays, Sundays
You
are off.
there was no need of telling that to make us jealous.
Sorry. But
Okay.
my point is, the
Hmm.
NHSP bank shifts, you can always take them on a Saturday and Sunday. And
Mm-hmm.
just a tip for you guys, if you work on a Saturday and Sunday, they pay more.
Oh wow.
Okay. Yeah. So that way, you can kind of, I don't know, add to your
Extra
savings.
money. Yeah, extra
Yes.
money we can
Yes.
say.
Yeah.
Wow, that's nice. All right. So
Okay.
I have one more question from a student that
Hmm.
are these courses where they take admissions, like whether it is MSK or any courses, do they provide any placement after your study is over or no?
Okay. So straightforward answer, no. Okay.
Okay.
And this is very normal in the UK. Universities do not have placements specifically for master's program. But if you're doing a bachelor's course, then they have placements. But for a master's program, you don't normally have placements at all.
Placements.
The
Okay.
only thing that I would say is the university that I studied in, they actually had a physio clinic.
Okay.
Okay. But it wasn't a placement. I actually had to go and interview for the job and then got selected and then work there. So that's how I got my experience. So again, very few universities have physio clinics within the university itself. So I'm going to say look for that particularly so that you get your UK experience. So that helps.
Nice.
Yeah.
So can I ask you one personal question that can I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So why did you choose your career in UK? Like, because I think you have also studied your bachelor's from India, right? So what
Yes.
made you choose UK for your career option?
Okay. So one, I always wanted to get out of India. So
Okay.
that was me. That was me. And to be honest, so again, like how I said previously, if someone's doing something, don't do it, because I think that's what I did. Everybody was doing a master's, and they're like, oh, you need to do a master's after your bachelor's. So I went and did it. And then I come here, and no one cares whether you have a master's or not. No one,
Right.
literally, I'm telling you. So even my band sevens, so who are higher than me, they don't have a master's, but they're still a band seven. So you see
Right.
what I'm saying, okay? So I
Yeah.
think part of it was more like what people think, the societal pressure. Oh, you need to have a master's. So part of it was that, but also part of it was I wanted to get out of India. So that's why I decided to come here.
Yeah. I could see that big smile when you were telling that I wanted to get out of the India. All right.
Well, another reason for that is also, I don't know, you might be experiencing, all physios experiences. Patients in India do not do prescribed treatment.
Yes, home
Do not.
exercises. What is home exercise? No, we don't do
Exactly.
that.
Exactly. But
Right.
here, people actually take it seriously. So you see improvement in the follow-up sessions. They actually do the exercises. So that was also another reason. Yes.
All right. And
Yeah.
I think so there also you have this, like because obviously NHS, you said National Health System is there. So obviously everything is evidence-based practice, right, over there?
Yes. Yes.
So for that, do
Everything.
you have to do separately something, or like you automatically just get into the system and you have all the protocols ready and you just start working on that, or it is somewhere different like that?
Is this for evidence-based practice or?
Yes, evidence-based practice.
Okay, so in that way, the UK is very good with research and things like that. So they make it very easy. So we have
Mm-hmm.
something known as a CPD time, CPD or CME, continued professional development. Okay,
Right.
so at our workplace, one, we have these training sessions with the recent research and everything. Okay,
Wow.
and two, UK has a lot of websites of free information online just
Mm-hmm.
for CPD and education. So the best ones that we use are NICE guidelines. So NICE, if anybody wants to refer, NICE guidelines. And it's all up there. And you can refer to it, doctors can refer to it, the patient themselves can refer to it. So that's quite a good thing. So that's the free CPD, and then you have
Mm-hmm.
paid CPD as well. So those are like courses and things like that. You don't have to do the paid courses. You can still do just the free courses, and that should be fine.
Wow, that's nice. So this nice what you told that can be operated only from UK, or anybody can operate it from anywhere
No,
like
no, no. Anyone can access it. Just type in NICE guidelines UK, and it
okay.
should come up. And you have different conditions. So, like, the most common conditions: diabetes, arthritis, liver cirrhosis, everything is on it.
Wow, that's so nice actually. Even
Yeah.
I myself will go and look at it because that will be so easy, like otherwise we have to go into different websites and find out the recent trends
Yeah.
and everything. That's really
Yeah.
nice. So, like from your side, like you will like to give any suggestions to all of us that if somebody is looking forward to settle in UK, let's say for study purpose or for work purpose, anything extra which I forgot to ask you, anything you will like to tell us?
Okay. So, okay, this is what I want people to focus on. So focus on yourselves. Don't focus on other people. or what other people are doing, okay? And education is education, yes, but as a person or as a clinician, you need to be kind of strong in your own foundations, okay? So the thing that we found that international physios find it difficult here, one is communication, okay?
Okay.
It doesn't have to be necessarily speaking English, but it could be, non-verbal communication, okay? The way you present yourself, the way you handle patients, so not necessarily speaking to them. And communication with colleagues or teammates. So that's how we work. So I'm just saying, trying to build that rapport with another person is good. So I'm going to say work on your interpersonal skills rather than focusing on, oh, I have a master's, or, oh, I need to study this. Education is one bit. Education will come and go, or it may stay, but you as a person, you need to focus on yourself. So I would say focus on that. Yeah.
And how easily we get through this HCPC process? Like anybody finds it like they are not getting the HCPC registration, or they get queries or something like that happens, or directly anybody who applies with the fulfilling of the requirement criteria as they get it through.
Okay, so it's not a difficult process, for one. People find it difficult to fill the application form, but the application form is pretty easy. I've actually got a printout of what you need before filling the HCPC application. I don't know if you guys can see this.
No, it's like coming
No?
reverse. But I
Oh,
think
sorry.
you can just click a photo and we can put it on
Yeah.
story. So yeah, people will be able to see that.
Okay. So it's
Yes.
basically the guidance. So guidance is basically how to fill out the application form. So I always tell people, have a printout of this with you whilst you're filling the application form, or before filling the application form. You have to read the guidance. So it's basically instructions on how to fill it out. As
Wow,
simple
that's
as
great.
that.
So I think
Exactly. So
everything is properly systematic and guided. So it should be easy for all of us to do it, right?
yes, it is
Yes.
pretty, well, I would say pretty easy. It is easy to do, but
Okay.
also it takes a good 6 to 8 months. Now, please, I know people are applying or want to apply. First of all, the application is now online. Initially, it was a paper application, so they've just changed it recently.
Okay.
Okay, and applications are taking longer because everybody wants to come to the UK. Everybody's applying. Okay, so although y'all might think it's only an application form and that's it, but what you've written, they actually go through it and check it. Okay, I've had a few few physios who they've not rejected. So this is the thing: the application does not get rejected completely, but if you haven't written what they've asked for, they send you an email and they say, okay, this is kind of incomplete. Can you please fill that out again?
Oh, okay.
Yes, so they
All right.
do that. So they give you a second chance, and you need to fill it out within 28 days or something and send it back to them via email, which is absolutely fine. And
Yeah.
again, if there's something missing, they will tell you. So I've never seen anybody's application getting rejected. They mostly get accepted. So it takes longer, but it gets accepted.
All right. So now, as you said that there are lots of people applying for the HCPC. So like, is there demand of physios in UK? Like that much amount of demand is there in UK right now?
100% yes. There's a big demand for physios in the
Okay.
UK. All right. And I'll tell you why as well. So there was Brexit, where UK left the European Union. Okay. Now, so that means everyone in the EU or these countries require a visa to come and work in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, so previously it was free, but
Right.
because of Brexit, now you require a visa. So because of that, they don't want to come. So there's no physios in the UK. Okay,
Wow.
so
Okay.
yes, so that's why UK really needs physios, needs OTs, needs nurses. There's a lot of shortage all over the UK actually because of this. So that's why the demand. So the HCPC applications are also taking longer because everybody's applying and people want to come, and the pay is good. So that's what
Right.
it is.
I'm listening to you. I might think about it. Okay. Somebody has asked Deborah that total
Yes.
number of years in MPT for UK, like it's MPT or master's degree. I think it is 2 years only, right? Or it is less
So
than that.
no, it's less than that. And again, depending on which university you do it in. Okay.
Okay.
Some have a master's for 2 years, some have 1 year. Mine was 15 months.
Oh,
That's
nice.
it. Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't, so if y'all are like looking for masters online and see like, oh, that's not 2 years, it's not a proper master's. No, it is a proper master's, but the way of doing it is in a shorter span. So it's
Okay.
absolutely fine. Yeah.
And what about this program like Global Health Administration? Have you heard of this program? Like,
So global health administration will mostly be the managerial side of it,
okay.
more like how to schedule. So, okay, we have something known as templates.
Mm-hmm.
Like you see 10 patients a day, 14 patients a day. Okay. In those
Okay.
14 patients, which are new patients, which are follow up, which are complex. So
Mm-hmm.
setting up those templates and other finances. So finances, budgeting of the department, marketing of physio services, that would come under that
Global Health Administration. Okay.
administration. Yeah. So
And
that
for
might be
that, we
that.
don't even require HCPC, right? If you want to work as a.
If you want to, so the thing is, now all these, so my band eights, they're technically
Mhm.
physios. They all started as a band 5, 6, 7. So they all have their HCPC. I'm gonna say just check the requirements of that because personally I've not come across that one. I've come across something else. But what
Okay.
physios do is they can do that as a part-time course.
Okay. It's like
Okay, so
extra course they can do for the
yes.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that would help.
And somebody in chat also asked that any vacancies for nutritionists and yoga therapists.
Nutritionists, yes. Dietitians, nutritionists, speech and language therapists. There's loads of vacancies, loads. Yeah.
Okay. So people UK is calling. Stop going everywhere else. Okay, I'm just going through the questions if somebody has asked us. Yeah, what is the job scenario for students? Do we get job within a month or so? Okay,
Well, see, this is another thing. Will I get a job within a month? That depends on you, whether you are good enough to
right,
get that job. Okay. And
right.
again, it depends what kind of job you're applying for. So if you're applying for like, if you want to work in a university, you might get the job. That's fine. If you're a physio and don't have your HCPC, you can work as a band 4. Okay, so a band 4 is a physio assistant. Okay, so you're basically assisting the physio, and for that you don't require HCPC. However, you have to give an interview.
Okay,
So it's the same process. You have to submit an application, give an interview. If they like you, if you score the highest points, you'll get the job.
all right.
So
So I
that's how
think
it
this will be
works.
helpful. Somebody has asked, I have already given academics IELTS, but now there is new UKVI IELTS. So shall I just apply for NARIC or letter from university that course was taught in English?
No, if y'all have already answered the academic or general IELTS, don't worry about it. That's fine because HCPC, see, the thing is, HCPC looks at the score. That's it. Don't worry about it. If something needs to be done, so if NARIC needs to be done, then the person who hires you, they will sort it out. HCPC is not going to look at that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. So nothing to worry about if you all have already answered academics or general IELTS.
And somebody has asked like UKVI, there is two categories, academic and general. What do be done? What to be done?
Okay, so again, I would say go for academic because if you look at it in detail, the
Hmm.
academic is for professionals and all
Right.
healthcare jobs, they are professional jobs. So I would always suggest go for the academic one.
All right. Wow, sounds great. So, anyways, guys, even if you're giving IELTS, always opt for academics because we are professionals. And as Deborah has mentioned, UKVI and NARIC, these two options you all already have. Like if you're university is ready to give you that course conduct certificate, which is in English medium, then I think you are set to go. Oh,
Yeah.
that's nice. All right, so I think this many questions. All right, now again, people are asking about the what is the scope of physiotherapist in UK. I would say, guys, you should go through the live session again because Deborah has already mentioned that there is lots of vacancy for physios in UK right now, and if you're really interested, I think you should start working on it today.
Yes.
And
Yes.
I think nobody else but Deborah will be the perfect one to guide you for that. But please don't harass her, like fill my HCPC form and everything. She can guide you, but she cannot do the work for you. But otherwise, yeah, I think we all should follow her page. She gives lots of information about UK and everything. And Deborah, I'm going to put this video, I'm going to save this video as well. And I'm going to put this on YouTube because I have so many people watching my videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I think that will be a good option for us. Okay. Somebody's asking again, what course is better, strength and conditioning or masters in sports? I think please go through the live session again because this question has been already done. But quickly, if you want to answer, you can answer.
Okay. So again, the thing is strength and conditioning. If you work within an NHS setting, you're not going to do any strength and conditioning because you get a lot of middle-aged people. They're like 50, 40, 50, and then you even get 80 years old. You're not going to do strength and conditioning for an 80-year-old.
Right.
Exactly. So again, go just because, don't do the course just because the title of the course is fancy. Oh, I did strength and conditioning. But are you ever clinically going to use it? That is the question that you should ask yourself. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, Deborah, thank you so much for your
Yes.
time.
All right.
And
No worries.
we'll
Thank you for
like
having
to,
me.
yeah, we'll like to have more sessions with more topics about UK itself.
Okay.
And yeah, once again, thank you. We'll see you
Yes.
later.
All right. No
Yes.
worries. Take care. Thank you.
Yes. Bye bye.
Yeah. Bye.